Hey guys, how's it going, and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Now today we are reacting to Season 3 Episode 6 of The Ricky Gervais Show, and this one is called The English. So last time, the last episode, Carl's Day, I've got to say that was probably my favourite episode in the entire series that I've reacted to, probably out of all of the other series as well. I just liked how they sat down, it was nice and easy, broke through Carl's Day, really great episode. And this one, The English, I remember in the comments section, maybe it was Season 2, you guys were saying that I asked what your favourite episode was. A couple of you guys said that this was. So yeah, very much looking forward to getting into this one, guys. And if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm thoroughly enjoying The Ricky Gervais Show. I'm sad it's coming to the end, but it has to happen. All good things have to come to an end. So yeah, let's get into the reaction. And here we go, guys. So Season 3 Episode 6, The English. I'm excited, guys. I really am excited about this, because yeah, I feel like we're coming towards the end of the season. They're going to go out on a high. Last episode was amazing. You guys have said to me this episode is great, so I'm just going to sit back and relax. I've got my drink here.
Testing. Is that alright? Hello and welcome to the Ricky Gervais Show with me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant. Hello. And
Hello.
the little round-headed buffoon that is Carl Pilkington.
Alright. You alright? I love it, guys. Absolutely love it. Oh
the
my
idea
goodness.
of Englishness and England, it's quite a vague term, isn't it? You can play loose and fast with it. I mean, for instance, I was looking at some quotes about England, and John Major, former Prime Minister, he typified England as being a place of long shadows on county cricket grounds, warm beer, invincible green suburbs, dog lovers, and old maids bicycling through the morning mist. Very specific vision of England.
But he never came to the estates that
Exactly.
I was born on, or Carl,
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
So, what is your typical image of an Englishman? now?
If I had to draw it for an alien,
Yeah.
he'd be quite squat, quite sturdy, sort of no neck, hairy.
Are you just thinking of yourself?
Do you know what? It would be my build with Carl's head.
Okay.
No neck, yeah. I think he's sort of balding and unshaven, and he's like a shaved caveman. I think he's...
The animation
tough,
on
he'd
this
have
is just
tats,
incredible, isn't it?
He'd eat like a dog.
It's the bulldog breed.
It is the bulldog breed. I am thinking of the bulldog breed, yeah.
See, now my image...
Not gonna
of
lie,
an
that does
Englishman
look quite accurate.
Is essentially that cliched one. It is, I think, Hugh Grant.
So you're modern, you're straight away modern
or
now.
I would say it's either mixed between Hugh Grant and Roger Moore when he was James Bond.
Maybe.
That's another small percentage of Englishness that sort of annoys me. Those people that think they're James Bond, they think they can buy a suit and read GQ, and they're smart and sophisticated, and they get cars they can't afford. All they do is work in a bank, come home, and flick through GQ at the adverts, looking at people with wearing watches. And
Yeah.
Aftershave. Who wears aftershave?
Do you wear aftershave, Carl?
Normally, aftershave is a sort of thing I let other people buy me. It's like underpants.
Yeah,
underpants,
that's fair enough.
tea towels, and sort of aftershave and that. Other people buying me.
Who's buying you tea towels?
My mum.
Right,
My-
okay.
Every time she turns up, she's got Brilla pads and stuff.
That's a nice
I don't
mother-son
need any
gift,
of this,
tea
but
towel.
She always brings a box full of stuff. Brilla pads, tea towels, underpants.
Yeah.
The underpants size hasn't gone up since I was 14. But I can rely on her for that.
So, do you not have anything in your life which you would think of as being gentlemanly? Do you ever dress smartly? What about suits?
I bought one suit that time when you invited me to the BAFTAs. That's the only suit. I think I wore it for one other thing. I haven't worn it since. I don't feel comfortable. It's not me.
But don't you go to a
That'd be a
wedding?
lovely advert, wouldn't it? Him with a suit on going, I haven't wore it since. Carl Pilkington hasn't wore it since.
I
You
don't
must
go
have
to
been to a
weddings.
wedding.
No, I don't like
That would
going
be
to-
good.
I agree.
I mean, even though you know them, they don't give you any time when you're there, do they? It's just sort of, they don't know whether you're there or not. They're on cloud nine. They don't know
Yeah.
who's around.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You don't need
It's
to
all,
be there.
with them, on a wedding day, it's all me, isn't it?
Well, firstly, I'm annoyed about the wedding list. I don't know when that's coming along because I don't know why I can't just bring maybe something I've made at home. Why has there got to be a list of stuff?
What newly married bride doesn't want a pair of homemade clogs?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
But the saying there, I think people very much appreciate you being at their wedding.
No,
They do. They remember if you were there.
No, they don't.
They do.
They don't.
You don't get invited to weddings because you ain't got any mates.
No, I have. I've got to know enough people. Everyone's getting married. But they're always in the middle of nowhere.
That annoys me when people say, "You come to our wedding." Yeah, fine. We're in Greece.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
the thing
I
drives
get
me
that.
insane when you
I
do
get
that
that.
is when they put you on a table with people you don't know.
Well,
I
that's
got all my mates there, and they put because I got to mingle with some people. I don't care. I don't
Yeah.
need to
But
meet
that's
these
what I'm
people.
not
There
good
is
at, talking to
there is
people
quite a
once.
hierarchical
know
system
that
when it
sort
comes to
of stuff into a
weddings
conversation
in
about
terms
a
of
wedding.
table rankings and stuff. It is
Probably say,
like
first of all, how do you
very
know? How do you know
interesting
people getting married?
to think about.
And then, like, do you think it'll last?
Imagine getting.
That's the sort of thing I would ask though at a wedding.
Where
And
should we put him? Oh, I don't know. Is there a table for one?
see,
Oh,
that's
just
the exact thing I'm
imagine
saying.
with
They
the
do
kids.
that,
Imagine
and it's
being
just a
sat
whole
with car
ranking,
pumpers at a wedding.
trying to determine
Yeah,
who
I'm
can
just
come
gonna
where they
just
sit.
get
I
in
don't
last.
like
They've
it.
gone, I'm sorry.
I don't like
Who are
it.
you?
I'd much prefer a
I'm
pie.
from Manchester. Right. Yes, we think it'll last. What else would you ask? So what's your next?
The last wedding I went to, it's going back a couple of years, but everyone seems a bit snidey.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? Because you've got a mixture of families there, haven't you?
Yeah.
And none of them really like each other.
Yeah.
And I got stuck with an old fella who had a flatulence problem.
Oh, for goodness sake.
And then he went on to say it doesn't matter, the suit's hired.
What a statement. Oh, that was good. That was good.
Maybe it's that thing that I don't appreciate what I've got. But to me, being English isn't anything that great.
Really?
Why not?
Because it's just what I've been dealt with.
Mm.
If you could be any nationality, what would you be and why?
Probably be Italian.
Okay. Why?
Well, just
That is really cool.
yeah, I like the idea of it. I like Italian.
Carl would fit
Where do you
in,
live?
like,
Where-
wearing that, he
Probably-
looks
I
like
probably
he's
wouldn't wanna
fitting
be
in.
the
He's like a
middle of
mafia
it. It's
boss.
too much hassle.
Have you been to Rome?
Yeah, it's nice to visit and stuff.
Yeah.
It's good. A lot of old stuff.
Why have you chosen Italy? I'm interested to know why of all the countries you've chosen Italy.
I was a late comer to pasta.
Okay.
But it's one year round.
I like it now. It's like one of my favourite things I have. Which there isn't really anything like that in England. That even though it's
Well, except pasta.
Pasta's
No,
almost
but it's-
exactly like it.
Yeah,
No, but
we
it's
got,
not-
we've got pasta, haven't
it's
we?
not ours though, is it? And we
No,
don't know
we've
how
got-
to eat it.
What do you mean we don't know how to eat it?
We do it all wrong.
You stick it up your arse again.
Look at me. I know how to fucking eat it.
No, but what I mean is, if you saw a proper Italian and they saw what we did to pasta, they would not be happy.
What are we doing wrong? Tell me what we're doing wrong
Well, I
with
don't
pasta.
know that, otherwise we wouldn't be doing
Well,
it wrong.
how do you know we're doing it
how do
wrong?
you know
Yeah.
we're
Understood, we do it wrong. It's like how we have the coffee at all the wrong times. I ordered a cappuccino somewhere, and the Italian fella said you shouldn't be having that now. It's a breakfast coffee.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Right.
Before 12 o'clock.
Yeah, but I was having it at like 11:15 at night.
Oh,
It looks
wow.
Oh.
That's absurd. How are you going to get to sleep with a lovely cup
Yeah,
of
you shouldn't
Yeah,
drink
it's
coffee
not
that late anyway.
You shouldn't drink coffee anyway at night. Full stop.
So hang on, so you love pasta, but you're not eating it right. So you'd like to be Italian in order to be able to eat pasta correctly, even though you enjoy the pasta you
What
eat.
do you feel being Italian is, and what's
It's just,
attractive
it's
to
just
being?
very sort of, it's a relaxed lifestyle. Whenever you go to Italy, everyone's outside a cafe. It doesn't matter what sort of person
Carl,
you are.
that's all you do now with your spare time is sit outside a cafe.
But they get more respect over there. For
Why?
it. It's like it's okay to do that. There's older people sat outside cafes who do nothing.
I
and it's
love the
just
fact that he
They're
wants to
probably
be
retired.
Italian so he can sit outside a cafe and get more respect than he does now sitting outside a cafe.
No, but everyone's rushing about here.
Yeah.
People have like colder coffee. They have frappuccinos here because they haven't got time to have a hot coffee. It's like they've got a coffee with ice, and so I can neck it, get it down my neck, and get on with my day.
Yeah, he's not
Relax,
wrong.
enjoy
He's
your
not
coffee.
wrong.
I don't understand the rush.
But the reason you enjoy Italy is because when you were there, you're on holiday. That's why you're able to chill out and
No,
relax.
no.
When you say it's old people, old people sat in some little Sicilian village, of course they got no money.
Here, I went to the Salvation Army, right?
Why?
Because it's nice.
What do you mean?
You can get toast and a cup of tea for £1.
Go, you little skinflint.
That's just that should be the going rate, Steve. I'm surprised I haven't seen you in there, to be honest. But the thing is,
Where is it?
now just near Camden.
What is it? Is it like old people?
A lot of old people, mainly old people. And this is what I'm saying. These are people who are old and they sat in a cafe, but they don't get any respect. People are walking past and they don't want to go in. The way you reacted when I said I was in the Salvation Army, that's the reaction they get. Yet an old Italian person, they looked after better.
Well, it's certainly true they look after their older families, don't they?
Right,
do
and
respect
that's
their
what I'm
families.
saying. Whereas, I mean, it's a lovely place, Salvation Army. Every old fella in there's got a tie on.
Yeah.
They make an effort.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, that's what I like about Italians and that. There's a lot of.
So you want to be
respect.
Italian because when you're old, you can sit outside a cafe and get more respect than you do here.
Yeah, look at the old people in this country. They never look happy, do they? Really?
Yeah.
Most of the time, when you see them walking around, they go to pot. No one's keeping an eye on them.
Well, it's an important thing, isn't it? That,
To be honest,
my mum,
in
this
London,
is
I
when she
don't
was
think
about
anyone looks happy.
60, 65. There was a neighbour who was, 85, 90. And my mum used to go around there every day. Do you want any shopping? Do it, right? But I remember calling her once and she's going back. I said, what are we doing? She went, I've been round so-and-so. So I went, all right. She went, she won't die, Rick. Like she's helping her, but she's thinking this is getting silly now. You were meant to go.
That is just classic Ricky Gervais.
Well, that's the problem, you know. If you get pally with an old person,
Yeah.
then you could be stuck with them for years.
And having to do stuff, that's what you don't want to do, isn't it? You meet an old fella, and then you've got to start popping in his sort of piles or whatever when he can't do them himself.
I mean, that's taking it a little bit too
depends how
far, I
friendly
feel,
you are.
but
I mean, I'm just talking about someone you meet at the bus stop, as opposed to popping the piles back in.
yeah, exactly. You took it too far, mate.
How does that happen?
You took it way too far.
Jesus.
No, I
Just the
completely
ones
agree.
On the estate I grew up on, as soon as he got to a certain age, there was Mrs. Knowles who went mental. One day she seemed fine, next day she was chucking cans in everyone's garden. You could just hear her coming.
You just hear the cans
Which is
just
weird.
jingle about.
Aren't you? Now you've brought up weird people. There was
Go
a
on.
fella called Shorts Man. Right?
What a name. What a name.
Shorts man wore some shorts.
Now, what I like, yeah, he did, but they were really short. They were that sort where,
They were
it's
tight.
almost pointless having them on.
What
Yeah.
do you mean?
They were just, like shorts now for blokes. They go up to your knees, don't they? There's no chance. There's no accident happening there. There's
Yeah.
nothing going to pop out.
Yeah.
But Shorts Man, he liked it. He liked the fact that happened.
He
And used
liked
to walk with
showing
big
it off, yeah.
strides to sort of help the chance along.
To sort of help it ease out, yeah.
Anyway, with the
Some
big
people do
strides
it.
and the
Some
short
people do it.
shorts,
Yeah.
They were going to pop out.
Did you ever see it pop out?
Yeah.
Why would you
everyone
look at
did.
the shorts?
Just because it was like
What
playing Buckaroo. It was like when are you going to pop out?
But what?
I used to love Buckaroo. Absolutely
Right,
love it.
so Shorts man. So he was an exhibitionist. He liked basically what people to see
Yeah.
his veg.
Yeah. And they were out more than they were in. I mean, they had
Yeah.
a tan.
Oh my god. For goodness
What
sake.
we like in England, I think we like that. We like local characters.
The eccentric.
Yeah.
Eccentrics, that's very British. Eccentrics, yeah.
I'm glad I grew up round there with all them people because
So
they're
am I.
interesting.
Do you think there's a big difference, Carl, between the Englishman of yesteryear who didn't complain? I mean, he just got on with things. He might have whinged about the weather and the like, but he just got on with things.
He
you
carried an
know?
umbrella.
Yeah. Whereas
whinge about
nowadays,
anything.
people are getting their Prozac and their antidepressants.
Someone- if
they're going
someone-
into therapy.
Yeah. He kept out of stuff as well. Why are we getting involved now in everything? Thoughts on that, Carl?
That's a tough question.
It's news now, innit? Sometimes I think, don't tell me, don't want to know. Just get on with it. Whoever's job that is, get on with it.
Yeah.
Why am I being told about it? When I've got a problem in my job, no one else knows. No one helps me out and goes, well, I've got an opinion for him.
No.
This might help him. No one helps me. But I'm being bombarded by everyone else's hassle. They love talking, actually. That's what the English do. Talking, but they never finalise it. They love just being in the meeting room, talking, saying, yeah, we could do this, we could do that. I'm the only one in that room not getting paid. Everyone
Yeah.
else is on a wage.
Would've, could've,
I'm there
should've.
looking at my watch, thinking, right, I've been here for an hour and nothing's been sorted. They're looking, thinking we can drag this out for another half hour.
That's exactly what I feel about
That's what
Carl.
annoys me. They're all sat there just pushing bullshit around the room like dung
Yeah.
beetles.
What a phrase.
And that's
What a
what the English
phrase.
do. It's a shame. 'cause
I'm
a lot
gonna
of
start
people used to
using
be like
that.
I wish everybody just sort of kept to themselves more.
Yeah.
Like, certain animals do. You just get on with it. It's like an old-fashioned way.
What animals keep
Well,
themselves?
any animals keep themselves.
Like what?
I've said loads of things.
What animals keep themselves?
Badgers.
Why do they keep themselves?
Is that a snake?
Just, whenever you've seen them just sort of wandering about a roadside, they're on their own.
Right.
They're not sort of
What are they doing?
in pairs. I don't know. Most of the time they're dead. I've seen more dead badgers than alive ones. I've never seen a live badger.
I don't know what his point
So that's
was.
why they're one alone and two getting on with it. I love it.
Although, saying
Start
that,
with some kind of poetic
have
analogy.
you
I
guys
don't know what
heard
that was.
about the Badger's Den and the Gordon Ramsay dwarf lookalike story?
I like this thing of the Englishman I knew growing up was you had to, when you hit a certain age, when you hit like manhood or puberty or whatever, 13, 14, 15, you had to start showing your mettle. You had to be tough.
Yeah.
I remember, right, when I first started going to pubs, right?
Completely.
So I don't know, say 18, you walk into a toilet, the urinals, and the first thing everyone did was fart and gob.
Yeah.
That was it, right? If you couldn't do that, then, you get funny looks.
Yeah.
You go in the urinal and they'd look at you and go, oh, sorry. It was all about being a man.
And there you go.
You know.
There you go.
I think wearing glasses makes you slightly exempt from that. It's like you don't have to. People automatically dissociate. It's like if I was in prison, I wouldn't have to do that because I'd just be the professor. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly,
Or brains.
yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
I wouldn't need to be part of it. I'm never a threat because I never look like I'm going to be a tough guy. So consequently, I live in this sort of parallel stratosphere where I haven't got a piss and gob.
Yeah.
Has that got more popular?
Yes.
Is
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
There's a lot of
What,
people
Today-
doing it in the streets now.
Really?
Like, whenever I go out to a
Hampstead.
party
It
or
still
go
is,
out to any place,
The only person gobbing in Hampstead is
every,
me. Jane says,
with
"Don't
some
gob,
exceptions,
people are looking."
every
Well,
man in the
it's a
room
trail
wants to
that
be
I've
the
seen.
toughest guy and the biggest
It's like
guy.
a load of sort of washed up jellyfish in London. Just big blobs of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. how
You
to
see it
cough
all the
this stuff
time.
up. I mean, they shouldn't still be alive. Some of them have like organs in them.
Oh.
Just big lumps of stuff.
That is disgusting.
I mean, that list of idyllic, antiquated England of tea and cakes and cricket, I mean, is valid, but I think the things that sum up Englishness, I mean, talking of the weather, I think drinking,
Yeah.
war, we
Yeah.
have a ruck,
Yeah.
we're built on war, we're a warrior race.
We're pretty good at war.
Talking of the English sense of fair play and war, when the crossbow was invented, a lot of people wouldn't use it. They said it was unchristian. So our soldiers sort of resisted it. So Europeans got this thing that needed no skill.
Yeah.
And it was shooting these bolts and they could reload quick. And versus our bowman. What do you think of that? What do you think of going, oh, it's cheating, we won't use it, but having a disadvantage? That's honour, isn't it?
This is a story which I have a
What's
lot
the
of.
problem here? What am
I
I
have
meant to be worrying
a
about?
similar
Well,
scenario with.
you've got bow and arrows.
Yeah.
They're amazing. They're heavy. Someone comes along.
I'll do it
goes,
after
"Don't
the
worry about
episode
that.
finishes.
Here's a crossbow. Just pop it in, put it back. Deadly. Deadly, quick. Anyone can use it. So now you've got anyone with a crossbow killing people.
Women, children.
Anyone can use it. So the Europeans, they're going crazy. But we resisted it because we thought it was, unchristian and cheating to kill without skill. What do you think of that?
I think it's stupid.
But where were the actual bows and that being made? Because that's the thing, isn't it? The company who's making them, they just want to
Right.
get out to a big market.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That's what they do now with the iPod and everything. It's not about people wanting more music than ever before. That's not the case. It's about having the accessory. And if the bow and arrow was like sold as this, light to carry for all the family, that's how it would have happened.
He's
That's
not
what it's all
wrong.
about.
He is not wrong.
Bow and arrow from Ronco.
But what do you think the problem
Yeah, but
is?
you're not quite getting Ricky's point. His point is the idea of there being sort of rules and fair play and etiquette in war.
Well-
the
I
objective
don't
is
think
to
that's
kill
a
the enemy.
place. I don't think war and that is a place to start getting all uppity about someone cheating or having a better system.
Really? You think all fair in love and war, do you?
Yeah, definitely.
Right. But
It's just about
rules,
winning.
isn't it?
No, not in a war. There isn't rules.
What's extraordinary about the idea of English fair play is...
Well, there are war
famously
crimes, aren't there?
the approach
So,
to the First World War.
to an
So
extent,
we would
to
sort
an
of
extent.
walk up out of the trenches onto no man's land and sort of politely march at a slow, steady pace across towards the enemy. I mean, and then we were just being machine gunned down. I mean, it was absurd.
And that's the one they had a knockabout and stuff, didn't they? They took a game of football. And
In
that.
no man's land, yeah. Christmas Day.
But who took a football there?
That's a question. That is a good question.
If I was on the front line, I would not be getting out the rule book. I can tell you that much. I'd be going mental.
Yeah.
Are you saying there should be some rules or no rules?
I mean, you've got to have some rules, otherwise
Yeah.
it's just going to be like Grand Theft Auto, isn't it? I'm just
Yeah.
going to go about battering everyone.
Yeah.
And you soon get bored of that.
Which rules would you repeal that already exist that you don't like?
Mm.
It's a shame you can't tip as much as you used to be able to.
You mean in a restaurant?
No, just when you're getting rid of a mattress or something.
Oh, I'd like fly tipping.
So fly tipping, you'd like to see more fly tipping.
What do you mean? This is something so personal. He's fed up. He had to take something.
It's not
just
having it.
that they used to put stuff outside the house, and just like you had mattresses, you had sideboards, sewing machines. The thing is, it was a good way of recycling. Now they say recycle, but we're not recycling. It's just being put in a bin. I'm saying if you've got old furniture, you should be allowed to leave
Yeah,
it outside
but
the
who
house.
wants a dirty
Now, the
mattress with
council
the springs
will admit
broken
that it's
out?
dangerous. Someone's going to trip over it. Well, if they trip over it, it should have been looking where they're going.
Well, what if they're blind?
What?
What if they're blind? That's why you don't leave things out in the pavement, because blind people will fall over and smack their face in.
No, because I'm leaving it. I'm not leaving it on the pavement.
Well, you just said you were. Where are you leaving it?
Sort of outside the house.
Where are you leaving it, Carl? You
But
haven't
not on the
established
pavement.
where you're leaving this yet. Because so far, a blind person's fallen over and broken his nose.
I've
in the
never
last
seen a
2
blind
days.
person trip over anything.
You've never seen a blind person trip over anything?
Definitely not. They're better on the feet than some people because they're more cautious, aren't they?
So
Make it more fun for them, if anything.
why can't you just have this stuff collected by a second-hand shop or
Because they
send
won't.
it to
They
a
don't come,
charity?
Steve.
will.
Honestly, they don't. I've called up people and they're saying, "Yeah, we'll be there in an hour." And I say, "Right, I'm going to put it out on the street. And are you going to come and get it?" "Yeah, we'll be there." An hour passes by. They
Nothing's
haven't been.
happened.
Suddenly, the
blind people
council
all
goes
over the
past.
Oh, so it's all a conspiracy, is
The
it?
council say, I call them up, do you want to shift it? Well, we might, but don't know when. Well, it's outside the house now. Well, you can't leave it there. It's your responsibility. You'll have to stay with it. Suddenly, I'm wasting time sat outside the house with rubbish that someone else might want. But you're not allowed to leave there because a blind person might come along. What's the dog doing?
I don't know, Carl. I don't know.
Do you make of St. George, the patron saint? What's your take on that?
Is he the one who killed the dragon?
Right. Tell us the story.
There was a
No,
dragon problem.
I love the animation on this.
Must have been in England.
Right.
George took it on. He took on the job. He was like a rent-a-kill.
Mm.
He came out.
Dale Gribble, the
interesting thing
exterminator.
is, right, he was a hero then. I honestly think if he did that now, there'd be an uproar because it's the last dragon. It's the same way we try to save the panda and all that now. If he came out and said, "I've done it," and they've done what? They've just killed the last dragon. They'd go mental.
He'd get
Marches.
cancelled.
Idiot, bloody idiot. And that's what's interesting.
But it was going around burning people.
Doesn't matter. We shouldn't have killed the last one. It's the last one. And that's
No,
what we'd
but
be
they-
like. You say
they-
you should have saved it. You should have captured it and put it in a cage so we can all look at it.
There's
and
no
stuff.
point. You couldn't have bred anyway. It was the last one.
Was it definitely the last one?
Well, you were saying it was the last one. I'm not bothered either way.
Hang on, what?
to me,
Sorry,
hang on. Whoa.
So you think that there were dragons?
Well, what are we celebrating then?
Well, it could be a metaphor, a dragon slayer. It could be a bad thing amongst us. It could be a foreign threat. It could be things that threaten. It could be anything. It's not to be taken literally, is
But
it?
the real legend of George was that he was a figure who stood up for Christianity. Have
Doesn't
you ever
get-
done anything brave?
There was a kid at school who used to have epileptic fits a lot, and the teacher used to always say, "If it happens, grab his tongue." And I sort of had a go at that once. His tongue.
His tongue.
Yeah.
What? It was. What do you have a tongue for? To pick stuff up? What do you mean a tongue?
His tongue in his mouth.
Oh, his tongue.
Oh, his tongue. Right, go on.
And they used to say,
He's the English
if he starts doing it, grab his tongue and that. And I sort of had a go at that once. and it wasn't nice.
Well, how'd you grab it? Would you grab his tongue, did you?
Well, I tried to. It's like grabbing a slug. And plus his mouth's going up and down, like you think he's going to have me handy. So you sort of do that thing where you go...
So you were trying to grab hold of a kid's tongue, yeah? And he's
throwing himself all over the place. It was in the physics lesson. I sort of had a go, and then I thought, this isn't happening. So I just sort of kept putting my hand in, like I'm having a go. But in my head, I was going, I'm not going to get hold of it.
What you can use
you were just sort of going...
tongs.
Well, firstly, I don't see why this is brave. Kids having an epileptic fit and you're just supposed to help them out. I don't know why that's bravery, but even given that, the fact that you were thinking more about yourself in that situation than this other kid. You were thinking, I'll make it look like I'm helping, but I'm not really. And yet this is kid having an epileptic fit.
I did at the beginning.
Doesn't
I
that
tried.
sum you up, Carl? Selfish.
No, it doesn't. Because no one else was having a go. At least I did try and grab it at one point.
You weren't doing anything. You were
No,
just
he tried to grab it the first time, to be
Have you
fair.
ever tried to grab a tongue? It's like chasing a chicken. It's murder. And after a while, it wears you out. And it was weird anyway, because it was like...
What was he doing it for?
I don't know.
Wearing him out after hours of chasing this kid's tongue.
I love the idea. Have you ever tried grabbing a tongue? It's a valid question.
I love that he's annoyed. He's annoyed that this poor kid's having
What's your
a fit.
technique? Were you trying to grab it
Just with your thumb and your... What's
Yeah, it's hard to grip.
Yeah.
It would be
But
so
his
slippery.
mouth's going down and
Was
all
he
that.
shouting or just...
No, just throwing himself around.
So that's your one attempt at bravery.
Well, hang on a minute. Let me just think. It's
Trying to grab a tongue.
There was a time you were chased by a bee and you scored a goal.
I forgot about that.
That isn't really brave, is it? As you were running away from a bee, and the ball happened to hit your foot and go in. That was bravery. I love it when he goes up to the pearly gates and goes, "Well, you know, have you done the act of courage?" I pretended to grab a tongue. A what? A tongue? A tongue? Yeah. Got chased by a bee, scored a goal. It doesn't count as brave at all.
Oh my goodness, guys, and that's the end of the episode, right? So, this one was great. This one was really great. I see why you guys were recommending it to me. I'm just trying to think of what it was I was going to talk about. There was, let me just go from the back and we'll go through. At least he tried to grab the tongue, to be honest. Like, it's... I know maybe afterwards when you realise you couldn't grab it, you shouldn't be, like, pretending to. You should see if you can get someone else, but at least he gave it a go, I guess. Should you be able to flight it more on the side? I don't know. I feel like it would just make the streets really cluttered, to be honest. What was that thing before? The whole crossbow, right? So, really sorry if you guys can hear my dog barking. I've no idea what is going on down there. But basically, yeah, at the end of last year, in the second year of uni, we had these exams, and because of coronavirus, it wasn't last year, it was last academic year, so around April we had our final exams for the end of year 2. And they were all online, and so it was pretty much common knowledge that you'd be able to use the internet to help you structure your answers. One of my friends, I won't name him, but one of my good friends, he didn't use the internet. He said, I'm going to be honest, like it's an actual exam, and not use the internet and just study hard. Like, we all studied for it, it's just we had the internet to help us, but he never did it. And it just really made you think, like, but it's a question between, like, honesty and on one hand stupidity, because you've got it there to use, why would you not use it? But I guess it's your moral. And it's the whole similar situation with the crossbow, so let me know if you guys are still watching what you think about that. And yeah, this that guy on the estate who wears the short shorts, like trying to get it all to come out. That animation of Ricky's mum looked alarmingly like how she would look. That was actually really good. But no, guys, this was a good episode. And the thing I was trying to talk about earlier was, yeah, everyone. I feel like nowadays everyone wants to be like the main center of attention. They need to be the toughest, like the biggest guy to try and just fuel themselves, and it's like a competition to just be at the top. And it's like it is seen nowadays. It really is seen. Like it's like I said, when I go to a party and it's like there's hostility. Sorry, people always want to be that number one. But you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to get too much more into it. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you did enjoy this episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later for the next video.